Good morning, everybody. Oh, I don't have a camera. Let's see if this works. Fix that. All right, here we go. Let's see. I'm trying waiting for this to start up. I'm setting it. It is already 8:44, so I only have like 11 minutes to do this video in. And basically, we're at a good spot because we are gonna do like a commit. I don't think there's gonna be any unit test changes for this. Let's look, but I guess we do need to check them. So, um, did we change? Oh, maybe there is. Okay. Oh, okay. So I do have some console logs that I don't want anymore, and I changed. What did I? Oh, I changed. I added this line of code, so that should not. Right. And oddly, so what's weird about this is that new renderers is a actual like this generates a brand new array, but for some reason when I assign st renderers to this, um, I have to create a new array again, which is very, very bizarre. Um, and it is an indicative that I don't understand what's going on. Oh, and then I do want to change the way well, do I even use CDR? I don't think I even use CDR. All right, so I'm not as prepared as I thought I was. Still waiting for this thing to build out. So let's go ahead and open this file. All right, so I did bring in this CDR, and I did it the old-fashioned way just to sort of um, get it done, but I don't think I use it. Um, but basically, this whole effort has been to try to get rid of, trying to eliminate my uh, detached nodes because for some reason I was getting a bunch of detached nodes and I did not couldn't quite understand why, and I do not understand why. Basically, I think this change here fixed it, which is weird because get renderers actually returns a new array. Um, so I don't know why that would result um, in detached nodes going away. Um, Yeah, it's really weird. I'm guessing what's happening is when this gets transpiled, there's something happening behind the scenes that is a little different when you directly assign this to this than when you do this. Like somehow, I guess I'm telling it. Somehow it's realizing, and they're doing some kind of magic behind the scenes. I believe. I don't know this behind the scenes to. It says, "Oh, they're creating a new array here. This was their intention." It's like figuring out what my desire was based on having that array there, I think. And then the other piece of the puzzle is um, that I did want to clarify is I do think this is what did it, not got rid of it, not the getting rid of the routing. So I did the routing, I had a router outlet and I was doing all that and I was trying to figure out what was going on. And so I went away from having a router outlet and went towards um, having handling it like sort of a 2005 2015 sort of CSS style of handling the way things look. Um, so that I had to fix that, and so I added a T body. I don't think it that had any effect, but I think it is the right thing to do. And I added this thing, which I don't want, so I'm just gonna discard this change completely. And then custom layout. Yeah, and I did a similar thing over here. Um, and oh yeah, and the reason I ended up doing this is because the screen just would not update. Uh, Even when I was calling like the zone and all that kind of stuff, it just wouldn't update. So I ended up doing this and it works. And again, for some reason, it doesn't create detached nodes when you do it this way too. So, you know, I don't know. I think whatever I found, I must have stumbled into some sort of weird edge case. So that is how that works. So I guess we should run through one more time, just make sure the attach modes nodes don't show up, and that when you come back and forth, UI, um, the UI does that. And I guess I don't want to do a commit because like that should have got caught by end-to-end testing. So that was a gap in my end-to-end test. I think I only go like in one time and then I don't go back. So that didn't get caught. So when I said that, that probably didn't make any sense. So I add a viz, I add a viz, I add a viz, I close this thing, I go to a different view, and then I came back and they were gone. But in my end-to-end tests, I never check that. So that's a new thing to check. Um, and it is like a more of an edge case, but it won't be that hard to test because I already have my tests. I already have tests that kind of go away and then come back. Or they do this first thing and then when they come back. So now theoretically, I think the only um, detached nodes I have are going to be for, I think it's this one delete button. If it's consistent with my life experience yesterday. So let's run this thing. So historically, I would have a ton of rows that were detached, and hopefully they're gone. Yep. And so, yeah. So actually, we have this style loader and structural styles, which I think these are both very light, and I think these are also very, very, very angular. They're not anything I'm creating. I'm not creating ng component loader, style loader, and I'm not creating this. So I feel like these are things I can be very confident will sort of work themselves out. But if you could back up to like a month ago and I did those exact same things, I would have hundreds of detached nodes in here. And I do believe that that would have poison pilled this entire application. So I think it was absolutely critical to deal with that. And I think that it was a big pain in the butt. It was hard. It was really, really mentally hard and all that to figure out all this stuff. And I did learn some really good stuff along the way, but at the same time, I guarantee, let's say on a scale of 1 to 10, that was an 8. Um, if we waited a month and built more new things before we move forward, it would have probably been uh, an 11. It would have been maybe a 10, maybe barely possible. And if we waited like a year and decided we were going to try to deal with it, then it probably would have been a 20. It probably wouldn't even been feasible to actually fix the problem. And the only answer would be to start from scratch. So I think I saved the project. Woohoo! And so it's 8:52. We want to make sure that we still have 100% unit test coverage. Um, I'm curious about the other, just curious about like uh, heap shot. See what, I mean, I don't even know what to think. So it's 18.9. If I remember correctly, it's like 16 and some, like if you just refresh and you don't have anything. And who knows, even that probably caused memory to get. So we'll take our snapshot. So we're at like 16.8. So somehow, like just by kind of doing what we were doing, we added 2 megs of memory. Let's just do this and then do another heap shot snapshot. So yeah, just literally just clicking that button and all that added 4 megs of memory. So we are clearly still very leaky, have lots of memory leaks, but I think it's a lot less than it was before. Now, supposedly you can look in here and kind of get some sort of, I guess you can say, yeah, so it's ordered here. So my compiled code is using almost all of my memory. Um, so if we take another snapshot, so we haven't done anything. And see, we already went up by zero point 0.1 megs. So 1000K literally for just not, we haven't even interacted with the page and it just added um, zero point 0.1 megs. So it's 12.835. So, and the compiled code for some reason went up by like 90K um, between um, 45 to 35. Yeah. Just like not even doing anything, right? So now if we hit take snapshot, and now we are at 17 points. So we went up another K, and our compiled code went from 12.835 to 12.859. So for some reason, it's just the compiled code is just growing and growing and growing. Um, and honestly, we could try to interact with ChatGPT. ChatGPT does a great job of sort of looking over all the things and finding the most acceptable answers to give you. But I'm guaranteed the acceptable answers are just kind of, or I'm confident that the acceptable answers are just um, not are not real. I don't think. I think they're probably. Um, I think there's certain people within the organizations of the browser and JavaScript, V8 and Angular that just sort of just want to not think about this, you know. So anyway, so that looks good, though. I don't think there's much we can do about that, and I do think that that is a thing that will just naturally resolve itself over time. And I don't think there's anything we're doing at this point to do that, and that's just my gut. I don't know that. Um, so let's see, npm run test. Um, so let's see. Oh, I probably should start shutting this down. I'm supposed to start working 4 minutes. I have a PR, a pull request that is this close, I think. I think it's this close to getting merged. Um, I swear, me and my boss have like the best sort of matching skills. Like I'm really good at getting things working, and he's really good at architecting and getting things in a very maintainable, um, very re um his maintainability and efficiency uh, are are just absolutely amazing. Um, like he has definitely learned things that I haven't learned, 5 things that I need to learn before I get to what he knows. Um, so it's just been an absolute whoa. It's hard, right? Like it's really hard, but it's really fun and interesting to work with him. And I think it's been the same way with him. I think I've gotten really good at getting things working and getting things like I think where I think the code that I write is generally very digestible. It's probably the best way of putting it. Like you can read it and it makes a lot of sense. Um, so okay, so we're still sitting at 100%, so that is good. Uh, tomorrow we need to add one more. Tomorrow's Friday. Then we'll need to add one more. We'll need to add a little bolster one. Probably maybe the resize test or one of the other tests to go back and come back. Maybe the yeah. Yes. What's anyways, one of the I don't think we'll have to create a new test, but I think we'll need to add a couple more steps to one of the existing tests. Anyways, happy coding everybody. Have a great day. Bye.